Hi everyone and welcome to your oracle reading. The challenge 8 of Fire. This card in challenge position represents catastrophe, disaster, unexpected change, which is kind of turbulent and shocking. So, in all of its possible representations, it means the coronavirus, it means everything that is going on in the present moment, including the economic and financial part, including the social part, including the change of the value systems, the deaths, and everything that has to do with the global crisis. Now, without a shadow of doubt, you have been someone who always knew that this was coming. Some people started suspecting that something is going to happen even at the beginning of 2018, while other people even way further, maybe 2016, some even 2000. Time frame itself doesn't even matter. What actually matters is that all of what has happened, despite the fact that you knew that it was coming, you knew that it was going to devastate the whole society, you knew that it was going to produce some really significant changes, but more importantly, expose truth. It still caught you by surprise. It still doesn't feel the way you thought it was going to feel. Some people are kind of disappointed because they were expecting big sudden changes and not a change which is going to take place over a longer period of time. Some people expected big social revolution and uprising. So, on one hand, this doesn't actually meet your expectations, and on the other hand, it maybe surpasses them because it's psychologically more catastrophic and more relevant, more karmic, more symbolic than you could have ever even dreamed of. Now, you might be someone who is focusing on the more positive side of things, as in Mother Nature healing herself, people all of a sudden tapping into their spirituality, into their own psychology. So basically, this doesn't change the collective. Basically, it changes the individual first, and then the individual changes are going to be reflected into collective, and the collective changes are going to be reflected in physical reality. So it doesn't matter from which perspective we look at it, the change is inevitable, it's imminent, it's taking place in this present moment. But perhaps the disappointment, your personal disappointment, has much to do with the fact that your life, your experience, your own personal reality didn't change that much. Of course, all through 2018, 2019, and until the present moment, you have made massive changes without the need of catastrophe, disaster, or global uprising or whatever. You already healed yourself, you already changed your life, you already reconfigured your reality. So it was a really powerful and profound healing journey, a purge, so to speak, but it also left you pretty incomplete. It left an empty space inside of you. It stripped you from your partially from your identity, your sense of self, and you were really hoping that this global crisis or whatever event might have changed the world is going to offer you answers, opportunities. It's going to offer you all those things that you had to give up in the earlier parts of your life. And in the present moment, it's still not happening. Your life is pretty static. Yes, of course, psychologically, there's a lot of things, especially emotional things going on. You're actually very in tune and aligned to your passions and all that. But nothing big, nothing major, nothing that promising manifested in your life. So this card challenges you to go with the flow. This card challenges you not to focus on all those things which haven't taken place in your life just yet, because just as the world is purging, just as the world is learning certain lessons, you are, even though you have done all of this prior because you knew that it was coming, you still have a little bit of purging, a little bit of learning, a little bit of getting more in tune to your divine self to do. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to complete your transformation, and the emptiness, the void, that hollow space in your life has to be preserved. So don't be desperate to find something to fill it in. Don't be desperate to attract something in your life. Don't be desperately looking for that big opportunity that you feel that was destined for you, because it's coming. But the thing is, outer reality, the whole world, the way society functions has to still change, because whatever you're destined to do, whatever you're destined to complete, whatever you're destined to fill that empty space inside of you, it still has to be created, because the way the world is in the present moment, it's not sufficient, it's not stable enough to offer you what you truly seek. So do not regret that you have prepared for this. Do not regret everything that you have done. Do not regret your past choices and decisions, because the universe and your personal guidance haven't really failed you, because whatever you expected to happen, as in a big picture, literally took place. So there couldn't have been an even more ideal manifestation of what you were feeling. So be sure not to allow your disappointment, your mental expectations to get the better of you, because everything that was promised to you, everything that your guides and the source have prepared you for is still coming. You just need to be really, really patient. The opportunity six of fire. Now, this is the card of victory. This is the card where you tap into your personal power. This is the card which represents you stepping into your position of authority over your life, over your reality, over your soul. So, this means that the true opportunity that always meant to find is something which isn't created yet, because it needs stability. Six is the number which speaks about materialism, but the kind of materialism which is obtained through stability, through certain compromises, through adaptation, and all of that is something that still needs to take place globally, so you cannot accept to have it in your own life. But once this opportunity shows up in your life, once it is created, once the conditions are ideal for you to have what you have desired, to surpass your wildest expectations, because you are going to be someone who is going to work with people, who is going to inspire people, who is going to bring out the very, very best out of people. You're going to tap into their sacredness, you're going to tap into their divine sparks and reflect it back to them. So your work, everything that you're destined to do, is really, really important. It is really, really beautiful. And the Six of Fire is also the card of alliance and friendships. So all those people who you still have to meet, all those people who have to empower and inspire you personally, have got to enter into your life. And this takes a little bit of time and a lot of patience, and most importantly, you can never actually give up on your desires, on your dreams. Just put them on the shelf, put them on hold. The essence remains the same, because what you are destined to live through and experience is not going anywhere. That is untouchable, that is sacred. But the form it has to take, now that can alter, that can change, and that depends so very much on physical reality. Because even though you may be aligned to your inner truth, you may know exactly what you want to do, who you are on a soul level, but as long as you need other people in your life to enact it, well, they have to do the same. So you have to wait until they catch up, until they get to your level, until the collective society, the local community which you belong to, reaches your level. And you may think that it's years or tens of years, but it's not. It's going to happen much faster than you could ever expect it. So keep on being hopeful, Keep on supporting yourself, keep on having faith, because what the big opportunity where all of this is leading you still has to show up, and it's going to show up without fail. Just as you were prepared for all of this and it actually happened, it actually entered reality. The second part, the opportunity part, your big chance, your new life is also coming, because you cannot have one element without the other. The prophecy or whatever guided you to prepare for this, whatever told you that this is going to come, has been fulfilled, has been true, has been as authentic as it's possible. So the other part, where you recover, where you get what you have worked for, also needs to be perfectly true. It's just that we need a little bit more time, all of us. Now the resolution is the Seven of Water, and this is the card of dreams and choices. And this means that resolution isn't as simple and as linear as you might expect, because, as I said earlier, whatever you need to choose from, whatever shape or form your opportunity needs to take, it's not existing yet. It's not real yet. It hasn't been created yet. But only after it's been created, only after the world becomes a little bit more stable, only after more and more people become aware that this is truly a blessing for humanity as a collective, are your true options, whatever you have to choose from, become available. And that is the moment when you have to make your choice. Just that choosing is not as complicated, it's not going to be as hard, it's not going to be as struggling as you would expect, because this is one of your weaknesses. You always struggle when you have to make choices, because you really want to choose the right option, and not necessarily for yourself, because you're easy, you can handle anything, but you always want to choose what's right for others. You always want to be fair and correct with others, with the world, and most importantly with the universe. And that's why you always take a lot of time to make a choice. That's why you always overthink. That's why you always split here in half, in four, better said. But your choice is going to be so much easier, because it's going to resonate, and nothing that you can choose from is going to be the wrong option. There is no wrong here. There is no incorrect choice, because everything will be just a mirror to allow you to create whatever you desire. So all paths are going to lead to the same destination, and that's really good, positive, empowering, and beautiful, because basically what the resolution of this card tells us is that you have lived such a honest, such a high frequency life. You have been always so very true to your soul, to your heart space, that your future is absolutely sublime. You cannot go wrong. You shouldn't worry about anything, because once everything is stable, once the world will start to rebuild whatever we lost as a collective, and improve and evolve and step into the future, the world that you also are going to step into is going to be so much different than the way it is now. And this isn't like magical, miraculous, new earth, 5D or anything like that, but simply your personal bubble of reality is going to be different, because just as karma had to reward the world, ironically speaking, karma has to reward you for all your work, all your effort, even if it's just inner work, even if you just preserved your dignity, honesty, and equity all your life. That is a massive accomplishment. That is something really positive, so your life cannot be any different in the future. But the thing is, because so many people just like you have been oppressed, have been left with absolutely no other options and choices in life other than to go with the flow, as in become a slave to modern society, or be a outcast, So that these were the only choices you had. And now the power of the masses, other people just like you, desiring the change, wishing the change, being the change, that is going to alter the future, at least for you guys personally. Maybe not for everyone. Maybe it's not going to be a big paradise or 5D or whatever they say it's going to be. But for you personally, you will get the chance. You will live exactly what you have worked for. And if you aligned to truth, if you aligned to honesty, if you aligned to your heart space, then you didn't go wrong. Yes, there were many years of injustice, there were many years of suffering, there were many years when you weren't empowered, when reality, the universe, life, everything couldn't support you. But how could it when greed was the god of everything? But now all of that is changing, and in this new phase is this new era, new paradigm that we're stepping into is going to be different, at least for you and others like you personally, and that's a guarantee, that's a promise. So you shouldn't really worry about your future all that much. On one hand, you cannot see it yet because it's destroyed. The old way, the old structure, the old paradigm is almost dead. It's almost fallen. It's almost just ruins, the tower, so to speak. So after that gets stable, after it gets reconstructed, after the changes take place, the positive changes, everything is going to be so much different, especially for you. So the choices that you need to make are just going to find you. You're going to resonate so much with them. You're going to love them so much that there is no wrong here. And it's going to be really, really easy because the rest of your life was totally hard. So your future has to be easy. There has to be balance in all things because that's how the universe works. So stay hopeful, stay faithful, stay in your position of power. Don't make any choices yet. Don't overthink, don't panic, don't fear, because everything is truly going to be alright, because that's how you made it. Every action has to have a reaction, and you only took like truly authentic action based on truth, based on compassion, based on your true, honest feelings, and you always regarded how other people feel. So all these actions of yours, all these things that you placed into the universe, everything that you embodied cannot go wrong. So that means you're safe. You're much safer than you can even imagine. So don't let fear, panic, anxiety, and the doom and gloom that is washing over the world worry you that much, because you personally are safe. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye for now.